Soulja Boy memes got me going crazy. This is hilarious.
It's time to get busy at this motherfucker.
Like we always do about this time.
What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, we talk about Tyga being the biggest comeback king of 2018. Tyga? Nah, man, you know we gonna talk about Soulja Boy. Tell him. Young Draco and his crazy week. Oh, man, we having fun. One's gotta stay. We talk about some disrespect amongst today's youth and president. We talk about some of the biggest comebacks of all time. A little bit about movie trailers, voicemails, and more. Today's foolish episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
Man, who the fuck in this crib? Hey, rat passed me the pistol. Damn, I look through the door. I see like 3-4 niggas running through the crib. All black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Jared.
I am Jay.
And we are back and at it again. Jay, what is up, man? How was your week?
Oh, man. Week was cool. Week was good. Just work mostly. Nothing else. Heck, that's probably all I can really say. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything but work. I'm just glad that we got a 3-day weekend. You know, it's I get to relax, but it's 20 degrees here. It's beautiful and sunny outside, but it's like 20-30 degrees here in Texas, which is kind of sad. And when it is like 60-70 degrees, it's like all muggy and cloudy. Looks like it's gonna rain. So Mother Nature doesn't actually know what to do.
Yeah.
Right about now. So yeah.
Interesting.
But you know, how was yours? How was yours?
It was crazy. Oh, by the way, episode 115. I didn't say that. Quince, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, my week was interesting. The last time I talked to you was last Sunday. Just several hours before I went to the mall over here with my kids to go get my wife an anniversary gift. Happy anniversary again to my wife.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Yeah, man, on the other side of the mall from where we were, at the same time we got there was a shooting. So that was interesting. Oddly enough, though, when we got there, walked in, we were just a couple doors down from the store that we were going to, and then the fire alarm started going off, and no one was running, nobody was screaming, there was no mass panic, everybody was just walking and looking around like, oh, it's a false alarm, maybe somebody accidentally pulled the thing. And that's actually what I thought. I told my son, because he was like, Dad, what's up with this alarm? And I was like, man, somebody probably accidentally pulled it, Nobody's like freaking out. Nobody's screaming. I don't see smoke or smell smoke. So, maybe it's just an accident thing. So as we were getting, into the store, one of the ladies at Victoria's Secret, was like, hey, we need to evacuate the store. So then of course we turned around. This whole time my kids were like, Dad, I think we need to go. And I was like, nobody's freaking out. And so my son Jackson, which you heard a couple episodes ago, like screaming, playing Fortnite. It's like, Dad, I'm gonna run. I just gotta run. I was like, chill, man, just don't run. So we turned around. Everybody calmly walked out. Got back to our car, and I know that when a fire alarm goes off, especially in a public place like that, the fire department has to come check it out and then give the all clear before they can reopen anything. And I was like, I'm not trying to be at this mall, waiting a long time. So we just went to the next nearest mall to our house and picked up the stuff we needed. So got home, watched the first football game. that Sunday, and then after the game, breaking news: shooting at local mall. That was the mall that we were at. It happened in a Dillard's entry, or Dillard's entrance or whatever, by us. And yeah, thankfully, thank God we were on the opposite side of the mall, or at least on the opposite side of Dillard's, in the mall, away from where that happened. But apparently it happened like pretty much simultaneously with us, walking in the door on the opposite side. We just didn't, where we were, we just didn't hear it. And so I guess somebody grabbed the fire alarm. The other thing is, it's a gang-related shooting. I don't think anybody died. I think there's 2 victims. One got shot in the leg.
Gang-related?
Yeah, one got shot in the leg, the other got shot in the back. Yeah, Utah gang, right? Exactly. That don't make no sense.
Oh, man.
But it is what it is, man. They caught the 2 people who did it, I think, that night, too. So as far as we know, it's over, but who knows? But yeah, man, it's a nice mall. It's not in the hood. You know what I'm saying? The hood, the Utah hood, which is not really a hood. But no, it's not in like a bad neighborhood, so to speak. It's in a really, a normal area. You know what I'm saying? So it was sort of surprising for that to happen. But, overall, thank God that we were safe. Thank God that it was not an active shooter, mall shutdown situation.
Yeah.
And thankfully, everybody was calm, at least around me, as that was happening. Even though I know I've seen the videos where there's people running and screaming and crying. But yeah, thankfully, for our family, we were good. And it's funny because I sent my wife a text after that and I said, hey, we're home safe from the mall. And she's like, well, obviously she didn't know we were going to the mall, me and my kids.
Yeah.
She's like, from the mall? What's wrong? I was like, the shooting at the mall. It's like, I ain't seen nothing about no shooting. And she was like, I told her, like, look at the news, and then she saw it later. So, yeah, but all good. But hey, man, that's the beginning of the week. It was sort of silly. Rest of the week was just okay, man. Just a lot of work and stuff. So, a lot of work and stuff, and just, the normal foolishness that happens every day. Every day, every week, especially on the Breakfast Club. So you sent me a link about something that happened on the Breakfast Club this week. So why don't you go ahead and get into it?
Man, the biggest comeback of 2019 for sure. The homie, Big Draco, a.k.a. Young Draco, a.k.a. Soulja Boy, tell him, went up on the Breakfast Club, and he just had a memorable moment for 2019 for all the fans and everybody. Wow. I don't even much know where to start with this dude, but yeah. Where can I start, man? The man talked about everything from people stealing his style to him making millions of dollars off a console. Him just shooting people. He tells us about the story of him shooting people. He coming out with a movie that's coming out in April.
Man.
So, man, the man's gonna have the biggest comeback in 2019. So, 2018, I don't know if I agree with you there, but 2019, most definitely.
Biggest comeback.
Biggest comeback 20.
Yeah, man, I I saw it. I saw that interview too. It was just, it's just hilarious watching Soulja Boy, talk about this stuff. Talk about how Drake stole his flow. He basically told Drake, or he basically taught Drake how to rap. That's what he said. I don't know, giving people names, which some of it, I guess there is, I can't remember who it was. He said that he gave him his name, but it's true, it's factual. But then, talking, I don't know, they said Tiger had like the biggest comeback of 2018, which still, I'm trying to figure out how. The Charlemagne and them said that. But no, Soulja Boy was like, Tiger? And then of course, man, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a bunch of, hilarious stuff going on. I do have to say, it's sort of funny because, obviously they talked about Soulja Boy, Soulja's gaming console, all this other stuff. And how whack it was. And it's funny sometimes listening to Charlemagne because he always has this, like, if you listen to Charlemagne's voice sometime, when he's interviewing people, especially when it's stuff that's like questionable, he has this look on his face like what you talk about, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't believe you. So it's funny because he asks questions like that. And yeah, it's I don't know. It's just funny to me. But yeah, Soulja Boy said that, and I guess they got into that, and it's just like this long rabbit hole. It was a hilarious interview, and then
the one with Everyday Struggle was even better.
Oh yeah, where he
that one was so good.
Where he was like arguing back and forth with DJ Academics, and then he apologized to him.
Yeah, he was about to. He was just going in on Academics, man. That was like a completely different level of disrespect.
Big Draco.
It's like, man, it's like you fat, man.
Yeah, I know.
He just started calling him every name in the book.
I know, and it's funny. It's funny how Academics during the whole interview was like through all the stuff that Soulja was saying about him, all the name calling and stuff, he was just sort of calm, just calmly, continually asking questions, follow up question. It's funny. But then it's like, they're like, how much did you sell? And then, I don't know, he showed him a receipt on his phone of like, was it $250,000 or $1 million? I can't remember.
It was like 230-something thousand or something like that.
And Academic was like, 7 orders for $230,000. And one thing I did see though, man, I don't know, what's the girl's name? What's the lady's name on Everyday Struggle? Do you know?
Nadeska.
Okay.
Nadeska.
She had sort of a silly question for him. She was like, why do you have all these businesses? Like, what are you doing? And Soulja Boy was like, why? He's like, because, I woke up, I used to wake up, with no lights on. I used to wake up with no food. I lived in the hood. I saw people killed, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to go back to that life. I'm trying to make $1 billion and never have to go back to that life.
Right.
And, so it was, when she was asking the question, she was like, you trying to do too much. And I'm like, you know what, man?
I thought that was a silly question for myself.
Yeah, I can't knock Soulja Boy's hustle. He's out here, he's actually trying. He's not out here just saying he's trying. He's actually doing something. Whereas a lot of people aren't. So, hey, man, don't knock that man's hustle. Hey, it's interesting because everybody's dogging Soulja Boy for putting out a lackluster gaming console and a PSP looking thing, and his Soulja watch, his Soulja earbuds, movie, etc. But yet and still, all you fools is doing the same bad mouthing of Soulja Boy is the same people who go to Walmart, buy the knockoff stuff, go to Target, buy the knockoff stuff, go to Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls and buy all those random electronics they have sitting on the side in the clearance bin. That's you. And you know where that came from? China. Just like all this random stuff that Soulja Boy's selling. I'm gonna tell you what, man, it's funny. Where I work, the job I have right now, I get, probably 10 emails a week from different random vendors and companies in China trying to sell headphones, power banks, golf range finders, iPads, phones, you name it. And it's like you buy 5,000 units for like $500. And all you had to do is slap your own label on it, your own logo on it. You could start reselling it on Amazon or eBay or wherever you want, And essentially that's what Soulja Boy is doing. Like, he got a gaming console which is probably just like a Raspberry Pi, base system. Threw a bunch of ROMs on there as an emulator, and he's just trying to resell it. So it's it's one of those things. Also, if you walk in the mall, right? If you walk in the mall, they have these little things you could buy. All it is a video game controller.
Yeah,
with the plug into your TV.
Yeah.
They actually have these with the Pac-Man face on it in Target, in Walmart, on the shelves. You plug it into your TV.
And they play Mario.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the same
TV, it has
thing.
100 games, and it's like $20 or $100 or $50, whatever it is. So man, don't tell me y'all ain't never seen this. Don't tell me it's whack.
Yeah.
Those people been doing this for years. Soulja Boy's just latest. He's just polarizing, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. But then we started thinking. Kayla, our cousin, last week posed the question to us. Who is the king of R&B to us? That'd probably be a good, long show that we want to talk about. But we was thinking about this because obviously we said they, the Breakfast Club mentioned that Tiger had the biggest comeback. Soulja Boy was like, no, I had the biggest comeback. So we were thinking about who had a big comeback. I mean, it's not the biggest comeback of all time. It's just somebody that we're just thinking of off the top of our head, or some musicians, rappers, whoever, actors, whoever, who had big comebacks in their time, maybe saved their careers, and it could be good comeback, bad comeback, whatever it is. So, Jay, how about you name somebody or a couple people that you thought of?
All right. So 2 people that, since you just said that I think had a big comeback. An actor, I'm going to have to say Robert Downey Jr.
Ooh,
he had a big comeback, from all the crazy drugs and controversy he been in like the 80s and 90s and stuff. Then he was gone for a while, and bam, he back. Tony Stark.
That's
making more money and everything.
Yep.
Next comeback. It's sad as this may be that I'm about to mention this person. He had a huge comeback last year, especially towards the end of it. Mr. Robert Kelly.
Ooh.
R. Kelly. Big comeback. It's not the most it's not the best comeback, if you want to say that, but it got people talking about him. Sales spiked up. He got he got a docuseries all about him. So man, R. Kelly had a big comeback last year.
That's
probably
true.
The biggest, if you want to talk about it. But
yeah, definitely. Wow, I didn't even think about that, man. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. It's so funny because like we said about, I don't know, like I think we said this before, like a lot of people our age, been bumping R. Kelly for years, since they were in middle school and high school, elementary school, for all those people whose parents let them play 12 play in elementary school. And there's still a lot of people this day who still love him. You know what I'm saying? They still, stepping in the name of love. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's people who say that song is canceled at all weddings, all black weddings, guess what? They're still going to be playing at a black wedding, regardless. It's still going to happen.
True. Here's a question for you, and it just popped in my head.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it suspect to listen to R. Kelly around a bunch of guys?
Dog! You know what? I was thinking about that the other day. Because let me tell you something, man. I don't... Yes and no, right? So back when I was in college, I remember we went up to UNT. I went with a bunch of alphas up to UNT. Shout out to my homeboy John, Mr. Savage, down there at DFW. We went with a bunch of alphas up to UNT, North Texas, to like an alpha party, an alpha and AKA party, something like that. And and it was like, I don't know, it was probably like 5 or 6 of us in homeboy's cars. We were riding, so we're on our way back to school. It's super late at night. It's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, something like that. And the dude who's driving was like, "Hey man, It's that time of night where we got to put on some chill music, So let's just put on some chill music and so we could just relax after that crazy night we just had. So I was like, all right, bet. So what does he put on? 12 play.
And I was just about to ask about that.
And I was like, in my mind, I was like, what? But then in my mind, but I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, that song comes on, and all of us in unison, good and bad voices. I hear you calling, and here I come, baby, to save you. And then all of us was like, oh.
So, really? Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
It was hilarious, man. We didn't get through the whole CD on the way back home, and this was CD days. We didn't get through the whole CD by the time we got back to university, but it was hilarious because in my mind I was like, man, I'm around a bunch of dudes. We just finished like freaking like all these girls, and now we're on our way back home empty-handed playing 12 play.
That's okay. Well, I don't feel so bad now. Okay.
But then again, it was sort of weird, But it was cool though, man. It was cool. So I don't know, but that was back then. Nowadays, playing R. Kelly around a bunch of dudes, I don't know. I'm older now. I'm in a different situation. And if I was like hanging out with like my work homeboys who I know like like good music, if I turn on 12 play, they would look at me like I'm crazy.
Wow.
Or most R. Kelly songs. Or we would just laugh. Or we just laugh while singing the Chocolate Factory. Saying I want to pee on you and poop on you. I'm going to tell you what though, LaRon. I'm sorry. Jay. My bad. I revealed your...
That's all good.
I revealed your real middle name, which is also
secret
my
identity.
Your secret ID. Anyway, no, I'm gonna say this, man. I can still play and sing the Chocolate Factory CD right now. It's hilarious. I love it, especially after Dave Chappelle did the skit. Man, it makes it even better. R. Kelly gonna go down in history with some great music, and of the time, even though he's doing all this shady stuff in the background. So
that's funny because we were in a car. This was like a while ago before the R. Kelly docuseries came out and the radio was still kind of playing them. But the Ignition remix came on in the car. Man. And for some reason, I guess my kids heard doo-doo and pee-pee. And they never seen the Dave Chappelle skit before. But they started singing in the car. Oh boy, that's funny. All right, yeah. Like I was saying, man, I can remember back 1993. I think that's when 12 Play came out, and I'm over me and my best friend. We're over at his older cousin's apartment, and of course, there's like other guys there too, and we're all playing dominoes. And he's like, man, I'm gonna put on this new CD I just got, 12 Play. And I could just see him vibing along to it. And I was just thinking, I'm like, listening to the lyrics, I'm like, isn't this for a girl? Because I'm just 13 years old at the time. I mean, I really wasn't like having girls over,
Yeah, at that time.
At the time, at my own place, trying to seduce them, I just thought that was just like a very weird moment. But yours is a lot better. Well, yours is a lot more
slightly entertaining. I'm gonna say though
slightly entertaining.
I'm gonna say though, man, like I don't know, man. I gotta say that's pretty hilarious. But then again, back in the day, like it wasn't such a bad thing to play like R&B music, like good R&B music around your friends. You know what I'm saying? Around males.
But 12 Play.
But 12 Play though. But 12 Play. That was the one where as soon as you heard it, you were like, nah, I need to turn this off. I need to turn on some rap. You know what I'm saying? I need to turn on something else. Yeah, nah. That is
Wow.
that's hilarious. That's hilarious that he did that. Oh man, wow. That's great. So let me think. Okay, so as far as king or queen of the comeback, one guy I think he probably saved his career. Maybe saved his career for a moment and then, sort of blew up in a different way. Was that?
Oh, I didn't say nothing.
Oh, my bad.
You probably hear my crazy kids in the background.
Yeah. Blew up in a different way was Dr. Dre with The Chronic 2001. Because before that, because he had that song on there, we all forgot about Dre, right? I mean, he brought Eminem out, when Eminem was popping, or I guess, he's the one who discovered him, or whatever you want to call it. At this point, we know there's more history there, but he came back with that, and we had really actually forgot about Dre. He reprised the Chronic, name for that album, and it was a dope album. It was really good. A lot of good music on that album, and really, next thing you know, beats by Dre. So he flipped that a few years later into one of the.
When did that start? When
Beats by Dre?
When did that start?
Let's see here. Let's find out, was Beats by Dre created or founded? Here we go. Come on, Google. Beats by Dre 2014? No, it was before 2014.
No. Yeah.
2008. So, 7 years later, he came out with Beats by Dre. But, before that, he was still making beats for people. He was still, doing all this other stuff. So, I don't know what it is, but, he sort of, flipped that comeback into more production,
and he's a billionaire.
Into more producing, into more artist discovery, and eventually into some headphones. And he's a billionaire because of Beats by Dre. And I mean, obviously it started before the Chronic because he was making money before that. But I really think that that the Chronic 2001 was one of those things that helped catapult him there. And it's crazy because Beats by Dre, right? Beat Electronics, at some point was bought by Apple. And when Apple buys something and they get behind a product, it's not going away for a while. So they bought it a few years after it launched. Dr. Dre. So Dr. Dre on the music side, there's obviously many more. Soulja Boy notwithstanding, but on the acting
Young
side,
Draco.
who had a big comeback on the acting side? Betty White.
Yeah. Betty White. Yeah. After Golden Girls, we never heard of.
Yeah.
For a while.
I was gonna say she's the only one you ever seen since the Golden Girls. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 1980s, early 90s, whatever, the Golden Girls. Then she sort of disappeared. Right. And next thing you know, when did she come back? It was it said that she hosted Saturday Night Live. It said she hosted Saturday Night Live in 2010. But then, ever since then, I mean, she's been still visible. She's still somebody that people talk about. There's rap songs about her. You know what I'm saying? She's out there. Yeah. And then I know that you said that you saw, or I guess I know you posted on some picture that somebody had posted of a younger Betty White.
That was whatever man fired. Yeah.
Betty got them cakes back in the day, so.
Yeah, and I thought that was Betty White, but after more research, I found out that was Betty Brosmer. So that wasn't Betty White, but still, whoever that was, she had some cakes. Betty Brosmer had some cakes.
Well, either way, I bet Betty White had them cakes too.
Yeah.
Back in the day, well before anybody knew who she was. Anyway, so Betty White, she is the one of the big comebacks. You know what I'm saying? Because we forgot about her and she came back. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do the people out there think in the world, in society, in listener land? What do y'all think about who had some big comebacks? I don't know. We'd like to hear it. Like to hear about it. So this week we did a One's Gotta Go as we continue with the Soulja Boy theme. Or One's Gotta Stay Thursday, my bad. It's been a minute since we did that, so we finally had to drop one back on y'all. One's Gotta Stay Thursday, and we did the Soulja Boy movie, the Soulja game console, the Soulja watch, or Soulja Boy himself. Which one do you want to keep? And the rest will disappear for history. So, do you have those comments queued up?
Yep. All right. So, I'm Just Jackie says, Soulja Boy gotta stay. The interview was everything to me. Sir John Lee says, Soulja Boy gotta stay. J. Del Negro says, Soulja Boy is the father to our styles. He's the alpha and the omega, and I am forever grateful. Podcast Brother says, Soulja Boy gotta stay. Wulong Talk says, Soulja Boy watch. At least it has some useful function. A broke watch is right at least once. Wait, a broke watch is right at least once a day.
Oh, that's so true. That's hilarious.
Random Ramblings with Rob says none. Zits Day. Okay. Or Exits Day.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Whichever one, they all can go. Dope Science Show says Soulja Boy. 2 a.m. Podcast says Soulja Boy. Whatever Man Pod says Drake. Fade Aki says Tiger. Yeah. So we already know which one's gonna stay, and it'll be Young Draco, Big Draco, Soulja Boy,
man.
DeAndre Cortez Way is his full name, his government name.
DeAndre. So that's how he got his name, Dre.
Which is
Co.
Draco.
Is that what you was about to say?
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, like I text you, was that night before last night when I was listening to Brilliant Idiots podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you got a chance to listen to it.
I did not. I didn't get to you.
Man, you got to check it out. They something else, man. They went into this whole thing with his name and everything surrounding him, and they compared it to the second coming of Christ.
Man,
oh my God, it was funny. Obviously, they weren't, being they weren't being serious, but the way they made it sound, it was hilarious, serious at the same time.
That's funny.
I couldn't but laugh.
Nah, I had to check that out, man. I don't know, man. It's just funny. It's just funny. Soulja Boy, thankfully he's there for us because he gives us, that occasional bit of laughter that we're just missing in society. Mm-hmm. And yes, he's right. We were laughing at him where we're not laughing with him. He mentioned everybody was laughing at me. And it's funny. You know what, man? Okay. Have you ever heard a kid that's just like complaining and sort of like cry complaining at the same time? It's like, he laughing at me. You talk bad about me. Why you do that?
Yep.
Like, that's what he was sounding like, but like not as whiny. It was just like, I don't know, like, it's just funny listening to him talk like that. You guys slept on me. Y'all all talk bad about me. I'm the only one out here doing this. I'm the only one out here doing that. Drake stole my sound. I taught Drake how to rap. I'm the reason that you got this job, academics. I'm the reason for all the complex. I'm the first rapper. I'm first rapper on YouTube. Which I don't know if he was the first rapper on YouTube, but he might have been the first one to use the social media. He utilized YouTube for his come up. So that's a big thing. I can't deny that. So maybe he should be calling YouTube and asking YouTube for some money. You know what I'm saying? Get that YouTube money. Yeah. Possibly. Maybe he need to come out like Monique and be like, soldiers, my soldier brethren out there, my Drakites, my young Drakites. I don't know what he would call them. Draconians. Draconians. What planet is that? I don't know. For some reason, it sounds like something from Star Trek or something like that. Planet Draco. Like, what I need you today to do is I need you guys to get your Dracos and show up for me on YouTube. Don't forget the 30-round clip. 30-round clip. So it go clock, clock, clock.
Pa, pa, pa.
Tell YouTube that they owe me some money for blowing them up and making them big. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm happy we have Soulja Boy. I could not kick Soulja Boy to the curb. If I have all four of those options, I kick all the rest of the curb, keep Soulja Boy because he's entertaining and he's actually out here trying to hustle, trying to make it happen. Mm-hmm. One way or the other, we say what we want to say. You know, he's out here trying to make it happen. He could have, he could have places like Amazon and eBay and all these other, or I guess not Amazon, eBay, but he could have some random small time mom and pop knockoff shops buying his consoles, buying all of his stuff and reselling it, for whatever price. And hey, he'd be out here making money, man. That's how people make money. It's funny. Yeah. There's a lot of people out here who are rich, millionaires, billionaires. A lot of people who started in a retail situation started just like that. Gucci wasn't Gucci like in a day. You know what I'm saying? It had to start somewhere. And speaking of Gucci, that headband, dog. I'm gonna need that dingy headband he was wearing.
Bro, he wore that to every single interview he did.
That was a dingy headband. It make me think he got like a big scar on behind that big headband and he trying to cover it up. I don't know. Who would you keep between those four?
I keep Soulja Boy. Definitely Soulja Boy. No doubt about it. Oh boy.
I'm gonna tell you, man, it's funny. My son is 10 years old and he's even heard of Soulja Boy. I've never played any Soulja Boy's music for him, but he got friends and there's YouTube out there and there's all this other stuff. So he's even heard of Soulja Boy and he's like, what makes him so good? The only thing he's ever done was the Superman. I'm like, son, you don't even know. Just wait. You'll find out about the Draco one day.
He fathered a whole generation.
Yeah, exactly. Fathered a whole generation. Facts.
Wow.
Thanks for the reminder, J. Del Negro.
Facts.
Anyway, all right, cool. Well, all this being said, please, guys, leave us your comments. Give us a voicemail of where, what you think, which of these versions of Soulja you would keep. In the meantime, Jay, why don't you tell the people where they can leave a voicemail, and I'm going to queue up our voicemail or two that we have this week.
Leave us a voicemail, 3853-BLAKPC, 385325-2572. Give us a call. Let us know who had the biggest comeback, 2018, 2019, or whenever, throughout the history of comebacks. Let us know.
What you think? All right, here we go. So we got one voicemail this week in 3, 2.
Hey y'all, it is Mr. Diva 99, and I'm feeling a whole lot better. I guess to say I'm at 80%. I'm on Twitter, y'all see it. Have you ever been so close to quitting your job you can taste it? Yes, I can. Yes, I could. The job that I was at a couple of years, like 20 years, I remember when I was gonna quit, and it was beautiful. I started shredding all my words and taking all my pictures home and throwing away everything, and it was great. It just made my day. They tried to walk me out, and the manager said, "No, we're not going to walk her out because she put a 2-week notice in." And so I had already scheduled some time away, so I had to work. But it was all good though. So yeah, been there. Okay, it was great. I'll tell y'all how I kept cutting the lady plants off her desk in another story. Okay then.
That's funny.
She'll tell us how she kept doing what?
Cutting some ladies' plants off her desk.
Wow. All right. Wow. So yeah.
That's funny.
So somebody posted this week.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me. Man. And it's happened like a couple of times, you dig. You just work at a place and sometimes you just get sick of procedures, sick of the life at the place, sick of the whole quote unquote culture that they're trying to, I guess, cultivate. that you just get sick of it, and a lot of times it's just like, I don't like my job, I can't stand my job. Thankful I have a job, but a lot of times I can't stand my job, and I just want to like, hey, just walk out and say, throw up the deuces, you know. Yeah, I just want to throw up the deuces. So yeah, so I just had to ask that question, man.
Yeah,
I just had to, because I was like fed up. So
yeah, it makes sense though, man. It definitely makes sense. You know, everybody's been in that situation. Everybody has been in that same situation, and it makes sense. You know, you're not the only one. I'll say that one. I remember back after watching Half Baked, you know, and Dave Chappelle walking out Dave Chappelle, his character walking out of his job, and like as soon as he walked out the door, he put up his hands and he says, "Free!" Like I used to do that all the time after walking out of a couple of different places I used to work at, and like I literally felt super happy that I was going and walking out the door. Bro, man, I'm telling you. But yeah, there have been a couple jobs where I felt like that, where I was, you know, really close to, and there was one in particular, where I was just like I'm out, you know. Gave them 2 weeks. I don't even think I lived through the full 2 weeks. I think I bounced before the 2 week was over.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but I know, you know, people in a frustrating situation, you know, like you say, you know, you're not about that life, that culture that they're trying to promote. You know, it's one of those things, you start to feel the walls closing in, and it's that time, man. So, you know, if y'all out there feeling that same way, you know, hopefully you have an alternative to go to next, or you have an idea, or maybe you just want to take some time off and breathe for a minute, figure out, you know, your next move.
Wow.
And make it when that time is right.
That's exactly what I want to do. And, you know, I've been like kind of struggling with this past week. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's been, like I said earlier, it's been an okay week just besides that moment. Mm-hmm. But I came across another job that I wanted to apply for. Mm-hmm. Now, I know this job, the current job I'm at, I got great pay, good benefits. If I retire there, I know I'm going to get a good, you know, retirement package or whatever the hell they want to call it. So, but the thing is, let's just say I jump to another job now, and that job's not like guaranteed to stay. I know I'm not going to get the same pay, so I'm going to be taking a big bump down, but I would be working like somewhat in the music industry type deal, if you want to call it that. I'll be working with music, which is what I love to do, or I love music. I don't think I'd get the same type of benefits or that type of thing. So it's like a struggle trying to figure out which one do I want to do. Yeah. And then I just told my wife like some time ago, I was like, what if I just take a year off and just do my own thing, you know?
Yeah. I mean,
so I don't know. It's just like that struggle right there.
I know that you have freelance opportunities that are out there, and I think, you know, as you promote those opportunities more, I think you'd be extremely successful in that. Even though freelancing doesn't have, you know, benefits on the backside, you know, like a regular everyday job does. But I mean, this
never any guarantee.
This is what's crazy, man. Like, if you think about it like this, this is a tough question to ask, and I've asked myself this question before. You know, I'm sure you've asked yourself this question: is your happiness worth what you're getting paid? Your happiness and overall well-being, or would it be better off if you took a little cut? Eventually built it back to where you know, maybe where you are right now. I don't know. And then, but overall, you know, you'd be happier every day when you wake up, walk out the door, come back home. You know, your drive to and from work would be different. You know, just overall, like and really it even comes back to like, you know, family interaction. Cause obviously I don't think that, you know, this happens with you, because I see, you know, how you and your kids interact. And wife interact, but there's some people out there who, the work is so stressful, it's so hard that it's hard for them to come home and turn that off because it is, it's such a burden on them. So man, I don't know, man. I'll tell you this. As we've already talked about on the show, I was basically forced to change careers, in moving here. And really, like, the career I was in before, working in restaurants, it's not amazing. Even though I was at a really good place, I had really good benefits, especially restaurants don't do that. It had like corporate, environment benefits there, as far as insurance and 401k and all this other stuff. I was making really good money, where I was at, doing well. But, it's a beatdown. It was an everyday thing that, I don't know. It just wasn't. I felt like I was treading water for so long, and then after you're doing that for so long, you just feel sort of stuck in some situations. You don't feel like you could really go and do anything else. There wasn't a lot of upward mobility where I was at, and any job opportunity I looked for, wasn't the right one. At least wasn't the right one that I was really thinking of. And then we moved here. Like I said, forced to do something different. Whole different industry, and from the moment I got the current job that I have really enjoyed it every day. Then initially when I started working there, I mean, I'd have to drive an hour to work, one way, hour and a half home, but I was always happy to go to and get to work. Enjoyed while I was there. Obviously, the people, the culture in this place was different, than what you say that they're doing, at the place where you currently work at. But and it was a whole different perspective. It was a whole different thing. It was sort of like new place, new year, new me type of thing. And I enjoyed it, even though I wasn't making anywhere close to what I made before. It was probably half. Like, I probably took a half pay cut, to be honest. Thankfully for me in that situation, me and my family, we were living with my mother-in-law. Sadly, it was not a situation I wanted to put our family in, but my wife was going to school. She stopped her full-time job. I changed jobs, was making half the pay I was making at the time. But this job has helped me progress, and after almost a year, I moved to a different position, got, basically my same salary back that I had before. And then, now I'm doing even better, a couple years later. So, and I still like the place I work. I still like the people I work with, obviously. So, and it's not a career that I thought I would ever be in, either. It's just a total different place. Yeah. So, I mean, I had to say, and this is not necessarily only a question for you, but really just for all the people out there, like, is your happiness is the pay where you are, and your whole life situation, obviously family and all, worth your mental well-being / happiness, or could you find something else that, maybe a little bit of a cut, maybe on the same level, maybe up, who knows, maybe a larger cut, who knows? Could you find something else, somewhere else, that makes you happier on a daily basis? It's a tough question to ask and answer.
It's a super tough, The only thing, like, let's just say, for instance, if I was like no kids, kidless, and we were still like in an apartment, I probably would, find something else, no hesitation. But since we have kids in the house, we could probably make it by on just my income. But if I decide to just say I'm gonna take a year off, I know for sure we probably wouldn't be making nearly what we got now, as far as just with my wife's income. But it's just one of those things. 2019, I'll have to think about it. Definitely have to think about it.
Definitely worth a thought. And obviously, financial planner wise, if you have somebody that you trust, financially, who could say, hey, if you do this, this, and this, or if you, use this, and this part of your savings, you can last for X amount of months without a job, doing your freelance work or whatever, while you search for your new job, or you could be between jobs for this long. And really, I don't know, man. That's that question. Like, you look at that and you see that, and you see the numbers, and you say, hey, we're gonna have to be tight for X amount of months, but we can make it happen, and I can find happiness, at somewhere else. It's tough, man. I know, we talk sort of back and forth all the time every week about, the job situation. And yeah, man, I know it's not an easy thing to be in, an easy place to work for, especially at this time of year. So yeah, man, if all the people out there, the listeners out there, can find some happy, wherever that happy is, whatever that avenue is, hopefully you find that soon. That's what I say. Hopefully you find that soon. For shizzle. So yeah, so let's see here. We have a couple more things to talk about. We just gonna get into this break right quick, this commercial break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about some disrespect on a couple of different levels in society. Chicken titty.
All right, so welcome back, people. Our Commander-in-Cheeto, Mr. Trump,
man,
had a little gathering at the White House. On I guess this past week on the 14th, right? 14th. 14th. Yeah. This past week. Anyway, so yeah, he served up some fast food to our Clemson. Well, not our Clemson football team, but the Clemson football team. I don't really know how to even start explaining this. I just see his many fast food accessories on the table, but fast food items on the table. But yeah, Mr. Trump served up some fast food to the football team, and he's been the talk of the town on the side of Big Draco. So how do we even start talking about this? I don't know. He fast food in the White House on silver platters.
Yeah. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
I'm looking at the table. Mm-hmm. And I see this little silver platter of just salad dressing. I see a little silver platter of salad dressing, another silver platter of croutons.
Wow.
Oh, well, at least he's thinking somewhat healthy with the salads.
Yeah, this is what. So Clemson Tigers, they won the college national football championship, right? And it's a big deal. Obviously, they beat Alabama, which has been pretty much the dynasty, over the last 10 years or so. And they beat them like they destroyed them. Like it wasn't even close. So every championship team in American sports, gets to go to the White House. That's like a part of it. I mean, it started, I don't know, decades ago. But it's really just like a part of a congratulations thing. It's like a perk for winning. It's supposed to be a treat to go and, hey, meet the president, and go see the White House. All this other cool stuff you're supposed to be doing, right? So obviously they're the first team to win a championship this year because it happened on like the 7th of January. And so, yeah, they go there. President Trump's like, hey, guys, since the Democrats won't, let me have this wall, I'm going to keep the shutdown going. So all the regular workers, who would normally be catering this, can't work. It doesn't make sense to me why they couldn't just call, I don't know, any of the 1,000 caterers that are in the Washington, D.C. area. But hey,
right, I'm sure.
I guess that's beside the point, right? So Donald Trump made a mockery of it, and said he quote unquote is personally paying for this event, right? To be catered by some with some of everyone's favorite fast foods. Said he's quote unquote personally paying for the event to be catered with some of everyone's favorite fast foods. Because the partial government shutdown meant that some of the White House staff who might have handled the catering for this type of event are on furlough because of him, right? He didn't mention that part. But, so the team, he said, I think we're going to serve McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King's with some pizza. And he said Burger King's, you know how somebody say like somebody says a word with the S on it and not supposed to have an S on the end? That's what he did.
Yeah.
McDonald's, Wendy's, and Burger King's with some pizza. I really mean it. It will be interesting. I think that's their favorite food. So we'll see what happens. He thinks that's what football players' favorite food is. Not steak, not chicken, not I don't know, good high quality food. Yeah. And he said it's all great American food. And he said if it's American, I like it. It's all American stuff. Yeah, man.
It's food, man.
So he's like, we have hamburgers, we have pizzas, many fries.
many.
We have all of our favorite foods here. Wow. And then he said, what did he say? Let's see. Or do we give you some little quick salads that First Lady will make? That First Lady will make, along with the Second Lady. They'll make some salads. And he said, you guys aren't into salads? Or do I send out for like 1,000 hamburgers? Come on, man. Big Macs, quarter pounders with cheese. We have everything that you like. Piled up a mile high. That's what he said. I mean, of all the times, this is one of those things where, like, politics need to stay on the side. You know what I'm saying? These kids don't care. They're playing football. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then he dips to the back and has a lobster and steak.
Oh, that's what he did. It's like, I ain't eating that rubbish. He's like, give me that Australian lobster tail. Give me that Japanese Kobe beef. I just think it's ridiculous how he uses, his self-imposed, government shutdown, his self-imposed, whiny baby attitude, when it comes to this wall, in making everything political. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's hilarious because, it's, when you look at him, and we might have said this before, when you look at him, it's like a kid who's whining and crying and who just doesn't get what they want until they get what they want. Somebody got to be the parent to spank that booty.
Yeah. I was telling my wife, he's pretty much has a lot of people held hostage. It's like, you can't get this until I get this.
Yep.
You can't, I'm not opening the government until I get my wall. And I hope he knows a lot of stuff is going to get like cut off if the government keeps going this route.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that's going to get put to a halt or come to a slowdown, like food stamps and things for those people that are on food stamps. They can't get any food or anything, and of course, not to mention all the government workers that are out of a job and can't pay for much of anything. Yeah, they were even saying our tax returns may not come on time. I mean, they won't get to us, I guess, in the same kind of timely manner that they used to, even though it did take them a while before, but it'll just be a lot longer before we see that tax return money.
So y'all better not be out there trying to get stuff on credit and trying to float it till you get your tax return money. That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah.
There's, we got our people out there doing that. We just can't do that, man.
Yep.
Can't do that.
So it's tough, man. I feel for those people that's relying on that check.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I think it's funny. So this, what is her name? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or whatever. This New York, what is she? A senator? A representative?
Yeah.
Representative, whatever she is.
Something like that.
She did a speech, this week. It's her first ever speech on the House floor, the House of Representatives floor. Talking about this foolishness. And, she said it's a shame that, somebody, who's just basically crying and waiting to try to get this wall is holding, 800,000 government workers hostage. Think about that, man. Think about that, and it's all because of, and I don't know, it's the erosion of democracy is what she said. And basically, everybody's life, regular life and jobs are stressful enough. So why we got to do this? You know what I'm saying? Why are you holding these people paychecks hostage when, it's just a bunch of fools? I'm going to tell you this, man. Traveling to and from Las Vegas to CES, I told the TSA workers, thank you for being there. You know what I'm saying? Because they're working through this. They ain't got no money. They're not getting paid, for this last month and change. They're not getting paid, because this fool is out here, being a whiny baby. But they're still out here protecting us, still out here, checking bags and checking people, and doing the random checks, the random pat downs. Just like they did if they were getting paid. So I told all the ones that I came across, thank you, and they were like, man, I really appreciate that. And like you could see it in their eyes that they wanted to say something more. You know what I'm saying? But right. But yeah, man, it's just a bunch of foolishness, man. So then, for him to do this, it's a slap in the face of this football team. They thought it was a joke, apparently, at first, but nah. It was for real, not for play. And then another thing that is super disrespectful, I saw it just happened yesterday in DC. A lot of different tribes were doing a Indigenous Peoples March, or I guess a few different Native American tribes were doing an Indigenous Peoples March, just to really bring awareness to a lot of different things on top of their land being taken, or other lands, being taken, from American held territories, etc. And then these fools from bunch of little punk kids from some Kentucky like all boys Catholic school showed up in MAGA hats. And just to disrupt this thing, just to disrupt the peaceful demonstration, and it shows this one kid. Let's see here, Michael Hodge, that's his name, Michael Hodge, standing. Oh wait, no, Michael Hodge is not the young man in the video. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe it's a younger kid. It's a different kid. Okay, but he looks like this kid named Michael Hodge. Anyway, it shows this kid standing like directly in front of the face of this Native American elder who's just playing a drum and singing a song, just standing there doing nothing. But the kid's like smiling in his face, laughing in his face, trying to intimidate him, while all the rest of these other little punk, teenagers are, gathered around, trying to video it for Instagram or whatever, and, chanting like, disrespectful stuff at them. It was, I don't know, man. And looking at the comments of people reposting this, and shout out to one of our followers on Instagram, Big Baba Rob, because that's where I first saw it. And he had several posts about it, and I looked a little deeper off of that. A lot of people are pissed off about it. A lot of people like, man, somebody just need to smack that kid in his face. Or other commenters are saying, he's lucky he's doing that in front of these people who are being peaceful, and not in front of some people who are about that life. Because if there were some people about that life,
for real.
That kid, and all the rest
jaw
of
would have got
down.
Bro.
Yeah. So, man, I know you saw it. So, man, what are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts on it?
I just thought it was like total disrespect. just insanely disrespectful. I mean, it was sad to see, but I know there's like a lot. This probably happens to many. Oh hell, here I go sound like Trump. To more Native Americans across the country who are doing like the same thing. I'm sure there's a lot of kids as well as adults that get in their face and disrespect them like that. You know, it's sad to see, man. Definitely sad to see. You know, especially, wow. Especially like in the conditions that a lot of Native Americans live in. You know, the reservations really aren't. I mean, it's sad, man. They're reduced down to reservations. You know, it's crazy. Like, this was their land well before it got colonized.
Yeah, man.
And it's very heartbreaking to see stuff like this, especially kids, man, whose parents should have taught them better.
Man, no home training.
No home training at all. I know there was a statement from the school saying they condemned every single, all these actions that these kids were doing. I don't know what's going to come of the kid. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't even know if they could do anything.
Well, it was on a school sponsored field trip, so they can do something.
So they can. Okay, well,
they can do something.
I guess we'll just have to see what's going to happen whenever they get back. What will that school do? We don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested.
It's real sad. It was sad, man.
Yeah, definitely interested to see what happens, and it's even worse because this one, there's a video of a Native American talking about, hey, yeah, let's really actually try to make this land great. Let's take care of people. Let's use all this energy, to help the homeless, help feed the hungry, help people who are in need. Instead of doing what you do, and this one idiot kid on there is like, what are you talking about? You took land from the Aboriginals, even though that it's not true.
What?
Yeah, he said Aboriginals, by the way.
Was that one of the kids that said that?
Yeah, one of the kids. Yeah, one of the kids in here. I'll have to tag you in it so you can see it. He's like, yeah, what are you talking about? Like, you took land from the Aboriginals. Like, it's just sort of how it works. It's just the way it works. And the way he says it is like he just heard, I don't know, like some other kid say it. You know what I'm saying? And without any understanding, without reading a history book, without being told the real history, because apparently these children, mind you, weren't taught by their parents, and obviously not enough, teachers in school so far to know the true actual history and understand that when Christopher Columbus came over, when Spaniards came over, when all the Europeans came from England, they came to America, which was not their land, right? They came for a new world. Right. Remember that whole thing? Like, that is a thing that they teach us. That's a true factual thing. But the thing that they didn't teach these suckers, is Sitting Bull. They didn't teach them about the Navajo people who were stuck in Monument Valley, and this was their last stand. They're like, we gonna hold this land. While you guys try to take our land, we're gonna hold this land. And obviously, tons of them were slaughtered. Millions of people were slaughtered, pushed out of their land. And we know that years ago it was all about world domination for the Romans and other people groups, pushing into certain lands and conquering them so they could have more land. We know that that's the way it was. Yeah. But don't sit up here and tell me that's the way it works in this day and age, because that's not the way it worked this day and age. This day and age, we're supposed to know better and be better. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be trying to do better. And if we have a bunch of idiot children, I guess this would be sort of under the millennial age range, but maybe it's still in the millennial age range, these high schoolers, who are growing up like this, without real parent supervision, without home training, without respect, for somebody like in this video, this kid is standing in front of this old Native American guy who's playing the drum. That guy, Nathan Phillips is his name. He was a Vietnam War veteran. He fought alongside your dad, Jay, and our uncles, you know, in the war. You know what I'm saying? And also probably some of these kids' grandparents, you know what I'm saying? In that war.
Possibly.
For America, which was also, you know, there's a lot of other stuff we can say about Vietnam War. But, you know, this is a guy who, you know, should command respect. First of all, because he's an old person. Second of all, because he was a war veteran for our rights. You know what I'm saying? For the right that you get to go in front of this dude and stand and lambast him, you know, and try to make fun of him. This man was out here actually, you know, in the battle. You know what I'm saying? He was out here, you know, on the front lines getting shot at. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get back to his family. So
that's right.
Oh,
that's right,
man. You know this struck a chord with me, man. Especially, and then watching one of the videos, I saw this little black kid or maybe half black kid in there.
Yeah.
Joining along in the fray. And you said you saw another one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Dog.
Bro. If that would have been, I know it wouldn't have been me, but if that was me and my mom saw a video of me in there, if my dad saw a video of me in there, you could probably kiss my life goodbye.
I'm telling you.
They would have killed me. They would have literally killed me for that type of stuff.
Yeah, same. My parents would have saw me. It would have been game over, man. I already know that. And so as soon as I saw that last night, just before we put our kids to bed, you know, I sat down with them and I showed them those videos, and I told them the situation. I told them what happened, what was happening in the videos, and they were like, "Why would those people do that?" You know, my kids were like, "Why would those kids act like that?" You know, in front of those people. And thankfully, my kids seem like they had that perspective. But I told them, I was like, "This is why we teach you to respect, you know, everyone first of all, but your elders. You know, this is why we teach you respect of other people." I was like, you know, this kid's, you know, if we go back in history, and I told my kids, I was like, the Europeans, the French, the Spanish, whoever, came to America, stole the land from these Native Americans. You know, where I went to in Arizona a couple months ago to put up, you know, to put up solar panels and backup power for these people who don't have lights in America in 2018. I was like, the people came and stole their land. That's the land we're living on. And then, oh, by the way, remember, kids, and my kids are mixed, you know, they're half black, half white. So, you know, some of this stuff they know and some of this they don't. But then they're also like 10 and 8, so I don't expect them to know this. I was like, oh, then by the way, then all these people, you know, these Europeans went from America to Africa, you know, and took black people from Africa and brought them to America and used them as slaves. And like the look on my daughter's face when she sort of realized that, she was like, what? You know? And I was like, yeah, this is truth. This is facts. And so for the fact that this kid has this disrespect, you know, you will not be this kid. And I told him, if I ever see one of you two here in this situation, boy, you better hope I don't find you. 'Cause it's going to be over. You will not disrespect people like that. And I think they figured it out. They acknowledged it, and they're like, "Nah, we wouldn't be in that situation." But I mean, I know there's times where you just sort of do what your friends are doing. But I was like, this is why we tell you not to just go along with what your friends say and do, because you could be put in a situation like this. And I mean, those kids are lucky that there was no violence that occurred. You know, because there could have been a lot of violence yesterday. And then there'd be like this big cry, especially from President Cheeto, saying, "Oh, we need to put up more walls." You know what I'm saying? Around the Native American lands. You know, like he would say stuff like that. So
did he even have anything to say about this?
I haven't seen anything. I mean, it just happened 24 hours ago, so I haven't seen anything. But do I expect him to say anything about it? No. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't.
No. Wow.
Unless it's something that's to support those young kids, you know, which were all wearing MAGA hats and MAGA beanies. Idiots.
Crazy.
Which they probably just bought when they got to their DC field trip. You know.
50% off a MAGA hat. Let's buy one.
I'm telling you, man. It just struck a chord, dog. It struck a chord. Level of disrespect, man. So I just ask people out there, teach your kids respect. You know, respect for others. Respect for elders. You don't know what somebody else is doing or has done in their life or is going through. So please respect and yeah, teach them the right way how to treat people and assess every situation and know not to just go along with what their friends do. I gotta say, man, it's crazy. So, wow. All right. Off that, last thing before we get up out of here, we saw a couple of trailers this past week. Spider-Man Far From Home trailer and John Wick 3, which I know you're a big, huge fan of John Wick. And I was super excited too about that trailer. So what are your thoughts on the trailers? Super excited to see the movies. What's your thoughts, man?
I'm super excited to see both. John Wick, of course, I saw that one first. Wow, I want to know what Lawrence Fishburne's role is in here. I want to know what Halle Berry's role is in this. I just want to see it. I'm ready to see it, man. I can't wait. John Wick is seems like that dude. He's that dude with the guns. It's like the ultimate. He's the boogeyman. That's what they call him in the movie, the boogeyman. So yeah, I can't wait. I almost want to see a prequel to the first one just to see how he got the name, the boogeyman.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope that comes out one day. Yeah. Hope that. And speaking,
I would love to see that.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to see that.
And on a side note, there's a Netflix movie that's coming out, I think this coming week. Mm-hmm. That's kind of sort of similar to John Wick.
Is that right?
He's kind of like a retired hitman or something like that. And all of a sudden he gets kind of pushed back into this life of killing. There's a whole bunch of other hitmen out to get him. Mm-hmm. I forgot the name of it. I just saw the trailer a couple weeks ago. But yeah, that one looks exciting too. But yeah, John Wick 3, definitely gotta check that one out. Okay,
I gotta see that movie. So if you find the name of it, tell me what it is. I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna watch it, so we can talk about it because it sounds really good. Yeah,
Polar. That's what it's called. Polar. Polar. Yeah, he's the world's top assassin.
All right, I'm gonna put that in the queue and I'm gonna check it out as soon as it drops. Add to my list. Okay. Yeah, January 25th. So it's coming up in just 5 days. So yeah, John Wick 3, John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. Man, it looks dope. It looks real good. Ooh, can't wait for that. All right. Next thing, that Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. We saw that this week. It's not that this movie's going to be coming out in July. I think it's July 5th. So this is after Captain Marvel, which is March. This is after Avengers Endgame, which is April. And we saw Spider-Man, which we know withered away into dust, sadly, after Thanos made the snap around the world. Heard around the world. And then we also saw our boy Nick Fury, who also withered into dust after the snap heard around the world. So hey man, this is answering some questions. These guys made it after whatever happened in Endgame, or maybe it asked the question: when was this movie? What's the timeline of this? Is this right after? Is this in that little time frame before Infinity War? Happened? I don't know.
Because the way it's looking, man, it had to be before Infinity War.
Yeah, but why would they put it out after Endgame, though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like I'm looking at it and I'm trying to think in my head, okay, well, maybe, let's say hypothetically speaking, that it was after Endgame. Maybe whatever effects happened in Endgame are completely reversed and everything's back to normal. Nobody disappeared or has any knowledge of them disappearing or being lost or whatever. Then maybe it could work that way. But then I'm looking at the trailer, everything's so nice and everybody seems to be just like, hey, we're here. Nothing's ever happened.
Yeah.
So then it makes me think that this was before Infinity War. So I don't know. I mean, you're right. It definitely makes you want to ask that question of where was this going on? What time period this took place in?
Yeah, man.
So,
I'm just very, very, interested to figure out when this was. And then a couple other cool things we saw. We saw two good villains, like two cool villains. We saw Hydro Man, which, you'd only know if you read like a certain version of the Spider-Man comics. So Hydro Man, made of water, obviously. And it's funny, he's known for traveling to attack his victims through the toilet. So yeah, next time you sit on the toilet, watch out for a dude reaching up to grab your Johnson.
Could just be a bidet.
It could be a bidet, man. He'd be coming up there and, wiping his finger back and forth on some certain things that, need to get tickled. And you'd be like, oh, what's that? Oh, it's Hydro Man. Hey, Hydro Man.
All right.
Hydro Man's like, I'm here to attack you.
That took a twist. But, yeah.
Yes. And then Mysterio. I'm sorry. I said, this just popped in my head. But then Mysterio, which is a dope character. Yeah. And you know what's cool, man? I look back at my son's, 5th or 6th birthday, 7th birthday. I can't remember what birthday party it was. When he had the Avengers Tower cake that my sister from Sweet November Desserts made down in H-Town. Call him up, get yourself a cake or some cookies. And you were there doing caricatures, and you did my son a caricature of Mysterio.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
And because we saw that character in Disney Infinity 2.0, and they had the Marvel superheroes, and Mysterio was Spider-Man's villain in there. So yeah, so my son loved that character. You did his caricature with Mysterio, and then we saw this, and my son was like, oh yeah, that's what that's the thing that Cousin LaRon did for me. So I was like, yep, sure is. Mysterio, very cool.
Sweet.
What do you think about Jake Gyllenhaal playing Mysterio, man?
I'm surprised it took him this long to step his foot into like a super, kind of like a comic book role. Because I always thought I always thought he would have been like in a comic book movie or something soon enough. I mean, I'm not going to say he probably could have been Spider-Man long ago, but yeah, after Donnie Darko, it kind of, I'm trying to think about what else he did. He did, what was that military movie? Jarheads. And then he did like some other little, not really big budget movies, but yeah, they were more like independent type films from what I remember. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad he's got some. I think he's a pretty good actor, so we'll see what he does with it. And of course, Marvel, they'll get him ready for this role if he's not ready. So yeah, man. I'm excited. I think it'll be good. Like you said, maybe he could have been Spider-Man back in the day. Maybe he could have done, some other characters back in the day. A little bit further back, and we could have seen him in a different light. But nah, man, I'm excited. Overall, super excited to see both of these movies. Yeah, man, can't wait to see them. They should both be good. They both look really good so far. So, yeah. So, what do you people know? What are your thoughts on that? And I guess if we ain't got nothing else, now's that time where Jay cues the music and we try to get up out of here, in a timely manner. And yeah, we talk about tapping that love box. Not with your Hydro Man though. So. If you were a grown man and you would have no remorse or feel guilty about knocking out each and every one of those young teenage boys who were disrespecting that Native American elder, happy love box.
Man, I'm telling you, man, straight up, I'm tapping that.
Tapping his chin, double tapping his chin.
Straight up, man. I've been boxing for the last month and change, dog. So I got my paws ready. Give him that 1, 2, 3, 4, then that 6 and 7 upside the head, dog. I'm ready. So, I'll give him like a 3-6 piece. Like he don't want that. So, if you are one of those dudes that's out there, trying trying to slide into Mackenzie Bezos' DMs after she and Jeff Bezos filed for divorce. And you know she worth like, I don't know, $70 billion. Tap that little box. Slide into the DMs. Get you a piece of the billion.
I'm sliding into them DMs. And then somebody gonna end up sliding her a couple babies.
Man.
Just need slide one little drop of sperm in there, and I'm set for life.
That's all you need to do, man.
Or maybe not.
That's all you need to do. Get that pride.
Actually, I don't think that would work because I'd probably just be dropping sperm off, and then she'll be like, "Bye,
Yeah.
I'll take the baby."
Nah.
And I'm assed out with nothing.
There's definitely the love contract when you hitting up that girl.
We got contract. Oh well.
Jeff Bezos messed up because apparently there's some mysterious potential pregnancy with his new fling or the girl that he was messing around with and still with or whatever, his mistress. But yeah, man, remember back in the day when Dave Chappelle had the love contract on Chappelle's show? There would definitely have to be a love contract in that situation. They'd have to be some stuff in writing. If some kids get dropped off in you, and there's a kid that comes up on that pregnancy test, then there has to be some stuff written in the contract that sorts that part out. I don't know.
Gotta be.
Anyway, tap your love box if you don't have enough time to play 8 to 200 hours of a video game, but you definitely watch somebody on YouTube speed run that same video game in like an hour. Because I would definitely I love watching people do speed runs, like people doing playing Super Metroid, beating in an hour.
What game was this?
Any game. So there was
any game.
I just said Super Metroid, but any game.
Oh.
So what is it? I guess what is it? This weekend in some DC hotel. There's basically a speed running convention. So there's like some Twitch channel called GDQ, and you could watch, people go through and speed run the Legend of Zelda. That happened this past weekend.
Right.
A lot of these games that take 20 hours or 50 hours or maybe even 100 hours or more.
Right.
They have these people, these gamers who are specially skilled at speed running a game, which basically means going through, hitting every check mark, that you have to do to 100% complete a game, within a very short amount of time.
Dude, there was one guy that beat Super Mario Bros. In like 4 minutes and something. I was like,
what?
Serious? 4 minutes and 55 seconds. That's what it is.
So did he?
First Super Mario Bros.
Did he maybe he played through the first level, got to the second level, teleported to the last level or whatever?
Yeah, that's what he was doing. He did. I think he went to from the first level. He went straight to 4, then 8, then yeah. So that's what he did. So yeah, he smashed. And there's multiple people that did that beat it in under 5 minutes.
Wow.
But
I've never even beaten it. I can always get to that last level and I always mess up my jump and lose all my guys.
The first Super Mario? Oh man, the first Super Mario, you never beat it yet?
I don't think I ever beat it because I think I played it so much and then I just stopped playing it and went on to something else. But I can still go back. I have it on my Raspberry Pi. I have it on my Soulja game.
You got it on your Soulja Console?
My Soulja Console. I just need to go back and beat it.
I wonder if it's just like a little Soulja Boy instead of Mario, just a little 8-bit Soulja Boy character running across the screen.
That would be hilarious.
That would be amazing.
Tap your love box.
He could have did that.
Tap your love box if you want to see Soulja Boy replace Super Mario in like every Mario game there is, or like any other game, like Soulja Boy instead of Samus and Metroid. Soulja Boy instead of Link in Legend of Zelda.
There you go.
Soulja Boy instead of Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2? Can you just imagine Soulja Boy back in the Wild Wild West with the Draco and the 30 clip?
Bro, could have got. They gonna have to do a new Grand Theft Auto Soulja Boy edition.
Man,
it's gonna be worth it. I swear it's gonna be worth it. Grand Theft Auto Soulja Boy edition.
That's hilarious. Okay, so in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, you could change your character, you know, to black, white, Asian, you know, Hispanic, whatever, man, woman. So I'm gonna see if I can edit my character to be Soulja Boy, or as close to Soulja Boy as possible.
With the Gucci headband.
Yeah, if I know that there's different hats that you can wear. I'm gonna see if I can find a Gucci headband for. That's gonna be dope. Wow. If I do it, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. Man, Young Draco. Yeah, but GDQ, games done quick. That's what that means. Yeah, check them out. Anyway.
Wow. All right.
Tap your love box if you'd rather have, you know, a Big Mac, you know, for your celebration dinner over a nice lobster tail and some steak.
I would. Yeah.
What about In-N-Out?
No, hell no. That's all right. You keep that In-N-Out trash. Sorry, In-N-Out, but yeah, no. Tap your love box if you did the 10-year challenge in 2009. You was broke. In 2019, you still broke. Oof. Hashtag 10-year challenge.
That's rough. That's rough. Tap your love box if you did the 10-year challenge and you look like you haven't aged a day. Because there's some people who've done that challenge, and man, I look at them, they look the same, or they look better.
Angela Bassett going on the 20-year challenge, and she still looked the same. Probably even better.
Elise Neal is one of them too.
Elise Neal.
Who is it?
Maya's done the 10-year challenge, and she still looked the same.
Yeah.
She actually looked better that way.
Who's this girl who liked one of our pictures? She's an actress. Alicia Oaks. She's in Ballers. She did her 10-year challenge.
Oh, really?
She liked our latest post. She looks like better with age. So hey, tap your love box, peeps. Tap your love box. Man, let's see here. Tap your love box if you cannot wait to see that new movie by Jordan Peele, Us. I'm terrified, but I'm excited at the same time.
I'm gonna go see it. I gotta see this. And supposedly they're thinking it may be like in the same universe as Get Out. So maybe he's creating his own like horror universe.
Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That would be very cool. Man, that's dope. Can't wait to see it. Wow. Tap your love box if you are inside binge watching Punisher this weekend, or hell, any Netflix or streaming video or movie.
Yes, indeed. I'll at least be watching the last couple episodes of The Punisher so I get ready for the new one. Man.
Yeah.
Tap your love box if you can't figure out how a man sexually assaulted a woman on a plane while he sat next to his wife. How, Sway?
Wow. You know, man, it's weird. I think about it now that you said that. You ever like had to pass like in close quarters? Like let's say you're going down or you're walking in a hallway or some kind of narrow corridor, or maybe just like walkway, like you're walking in the theater and you got to turn sideways. You kind of like sidestep across people. Mm-hmm. Have you ever like brushed your crotch up against a woman's butt, like doing that? Just any.
Yeah.
Is that considered like sexual assault? Maybe that's what she thinks it is.
It's not unless you're hard.
I
don't know.
What if you?
Or it's not.
What if you're just packing, man?
It's not.
If it's just there.
It's not unless you thrust, right?
You can't tuck it back. I mean,
you know, if you do a hip thrust as you're passing by, you know, maybe that's considered sexual assault. I think it would be considered incidental contact otherwise, regardless if you pack it or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Okay. No, but in this situation, it was a late night flight. This lady, you know, had fallen asleep and like rested her head on the window. She was startled awake. You know, as I guess they landed in Detroit by this time. She was startled awake by the man in the middle seat next to her. His hand was down her unbuttoned pants and her shirt was undone. The 22-year-old woman got up and fled to the back of the plane to alert the flight attendants. But first she had to get past two obstacles. The man, whose name is Parabu, and he was in the middle seat, and his wife who was on the aisle seat. Wow. Wow. So yeah, a federal jury convicted him of sexual assault on the airline.
So what is he? He got to spend due time or something?
Well, he's an Indian national in the United States, on a work visa. So he faces up to life in prison because he's on a work visa.
What?
And
Word?
He will be deported after serving his sentence. So maybe he's gonna get life in prison in India. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds. Wow, that's messed up, man.
Yeah.
Sheesh. All right.
At first he told investigators he'd taken a pill and fallen into a deep sleep. He said he hadn't done anything besides learning from his wife that the woman who was not named in the complaint was sleeping on his knees. He and his wife later acknowledged the pill was plain Tylenol and gave conflicting reports of what happened. His wife told investigators that she asked to switch seats because of the woman falling asleep, but the flight attendant told authorities no one had asked to switch seats other than the victim. The wife was also not named. So the wife was trying to cover up. The guy told FBI he might have unhooked the woman's bra and then unzipped her pants. He said he tried to put his finger inside the woman, but he told investigators he was unsuccessful.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's different. What I was thinking.
The prosecution presented some evidence that the man penetrated the woman with his fingers. He could not be reached for comment, of course.
Wow.
He said, okay, and this was crazy. So the man who did it, Parabji or whatever his name is, his attorney said that his client's understanding of the legal process in America was based on Indian law. He believed anything he told police was inadmissible in court. Really?
Wait, what?
Really? Like he could just say stuff? He could just lie and be alright with it? And he believed he would be tortured unless he gave incriminating statements. Let's see here. Yeah.
It's like I didn't know I couldn't do that, officer.
It's not clear if he'll appeal the conviction, but the FBI, which investigates crime on aircraft, has said the sexual assault in the air has increased in recent years. There are 63 reports of sexual assault on flights in the last year. Let's see here. What is it? I don't know. Say hit the call button, notify the flight crew immediately if you ever feel anything wrong. But I'm gonna tell you what, man. Nah, dog, you can't come to America and just think that you just do by like your old country's law. It's a whole different country. Whole different country.
Yep.
Yeah, so I guess he tried to tap the love box and he was found out. Now he'll spend his life in prison thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, Somebody gonna be putting their finger in you now. Boom.
Ooh. Pudding pop.
Somebody getting their pudding popped.
Pudding pop.
Ugh. Wow. Yuck. Yuck.
Is Indian pudding different than...
I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Might be full of like tiki masala.
Oh man, it tastes like Rogan Josh.
Oh. Oh man.
Oh man.
Goodness.
There's a whole lot of curry going on.
Some whole lot of curry. Making a whole lot of curry down there.
Oh, it's too many thoughts. All right. I'm done.
I'm done too. That was nasty.
Man, why don't you tell the people they can get their pudding popped?
Alright people, if you want to get your pudding popped, contact us at the hashtag Blackout Podcast, hashtag blackoutpod@gmail.com. Hit us up Twitter, Instagram, hashtag Blackout Pod, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, Anchor, Spreaker, YouTube. You can listen to us on any one of those platforms. Give us a call, 3853-BLAKPC. It's 353-252-2572. If you need to cook out for Super Bowl Sunday, you already know where to hit up your, you already know where to go to get some good seasoning, some good spice, some good rub. Hit up that Etsy page, Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. Get yourself some bottles. Get your cookout on Super Bowl Sunday. You know, all that good stuff. Then you can hit up bossboxes.shop. Hit up Blackout 10 in the checkout to get yourself 10% off a Boss Box subscription, where you get some gaming accessories, some food items, some energy drinks to keep you up playing that new Soulja Boy, Soulja Console. You can play Super Draco Brothers and Super Drake Troid and Super Draco Troid.
Dracovania.
The Legend, the Dracovania, the Legend of Draco.
Super Drake Brothers, Super Smash Brothers. Wait, I don't know.
The Draco Bling Bling Blah 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 Brothers.
The last of Draco.
What else? Draco Man. What else?
Draco
Grand
Combat.
Theft Draco. Draco Combat. Super Draco Fighters. What else? What else they got? They got
Final Fantasy of the Draco 7. Draco Toads. Teenage Mutant Ninja Dracos.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Dracos. Teenage Mutant Ninja Dracos.
Oh man. Capcom X-Men vs. Draco. Oh man. Pokey Draco.
Red Draco Redemption.
Oh man. Draco Fox.
Draco Raiders.
Oh man. Oh
boy.
Draco Gaiden.
Go get you that Drake. Draco Gaiden. Draco Gaiden 1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
Super
man.
Draco Gaiden.
Super Draco Gaiden.
What else? Let's keep going.
Call of Draco. Call of Draco Modern Warfare.
Resident Draco.
Oh. Draco the Hedgehog.
Draco's Punch Out.
Draco Hawk Pro Skater.
Draco Man.
The Draco Paperboy.
Draco Paperboy. Draco's Adventures.
Oh man. Oh no.
Draco Bowl. We're gonna do Draco Bowl. Kid Draco.
Oh man. 2K Draco 19.
We're gonna do the double Draco. The double Draco.
NB Draco. Double Draco, bro. NB Draco Jam.
Fort Draco. Fortnite Draco.
Mirror's Edge. The Double Draco edition.
Draco's Creed.
The Draco Raider. Silent Draco Hill.
God of Draco, or Draco of War.
Oh no. Draco.
Draco Unknown Battleground.
Draco, the Master Chief Collection. Oh man.
Draco the Hedgehog.
Oh no. Spyro the Draco.
We're gonna have an RPG Draco game.
Oh man, Draco Hearts. James Bond, Draco Eye.
Tom Clancy's Rainbow Draco.
Draco Stein. Pack Draco. Gala Draco. Cinta Draco. Aster Draco.
Super Draco Kart. Plants versus Dracos.
Oh no. Oh no. Metal Gear Draco 3. Snake Eater.
Gotta go into Draco lands.
Left for Draco. Man.
We can do this all day.
Fallout Draco. Turok Draco Hunter. Oh man. Destiny Draco. There's so much. There's so many Draco games. There's so many Draco games out there.
Man for Draco.
Gran Turismo Draco. Half-Life Draco 2. Sly Cooper and the Draco Raccoonus.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Earthworm Draco! Yes! Earthworm Draco! Parappa the Draco!
Ratchet and Draco. Draco and Clank.
Draco and Clank! Oh no! Oh no!
Draco Bandicoot.
Oh no! Oh no! So bad, man.
Yeah, Super Draco Odyssey. Super Draco Odyssey.
Oh man! Wow! Y'all don't even know, man. I want to see all these games happen.
You get a Draco Lego edition.
Oh no! The Draco movie is coming out. Oh man! Man, what if? What if Draco in Home Alone 2?
Draco alone. Draco alone.
Oh no! I'm telling you, man. There's so many. I can't even. Donkey Draco. Draco Kong. Draco Kong 64. Oh man, this could just be a whole episode just making up Draco names, Draco games.
Making up Draco. Oh, Super Draco All Stars.
Oh,
Did you say Draco Kong Country?
I did say Draco. Well, I said Draco Kong 64, but you get Draco Kong Country. That's funny. Super Draco World. Avoid the Draco. Avoid the Noid. Draco Icarus. Draco Netta.
Then he gonna have his own Nintendo magazine called Draco Power. Show you all the games.
Oh, that's great. Oh man. Can you imagine Draco being on Street Fighter 2? Like every time he shoots, he says like, "How you can." Super Mario Brothers and Draco's Island.
Super Ghouls and Dracos. Alright, people. Let's get on out of here. Because we could go on forever.
Yeah. Oh, man. Draco Bebop. Alright. I'm out. Blacking out.
Oh, wow.
Draco. Young Draco. Out.
God damn, that boy can sing.
You must be crazy.
He good.
You must be crazy.